Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. So it is Wednesday, also known as Hump Day, which also means that the weekend is knocking at the door. Anyways, with that being said, today we have such an exciting show as we're making a very unknown recipe from Spain, this time from the beautiful province of Jaén, but more specifically from the town of Torre del Campo, where they're known for their architecture and making some of the best olive oil in the world. We're talking an Andalusian potato stew. This is known as un carnerete de patatas. And let me tell you, this potato stew has layer upon layer of so many amazing textures and flavors. It's above and beyond easy to make, and the best part is all done in about 40 minutes using just one pot. Folks serve this potato stew as a starter, or even as a side dish next to some pan-grilled fish. Either way, it's the kind of food that with each bite, it's gonna fill you with so much goodness. Alright, let's just dive right into this. I'm gonna heat a stock pot with a medium heat, and add in half a cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 120 milliliters. Make sure you use the good stuff here. This is what truly makes a difference in this stew. Link where you get the Spanish one I'm using in the description box below. While the oil is heating, I'm going to cut 2 slices from a baguette, each one being 1 inch thick, which is 2.5 centimeters. And remove the skins from 6 cloves of garlic. And as you know, I like to give them a quick twist as the skin is easily removed. Then we'll add the slices of baguette and the garlic into the stock pot. And we're going to fry the ingredients for about 4 minutes until they're lightly golden fried all around. In the meantime, I'm going to cut 1 kilogram of potatoes, which is 2 1/4 pounds, or about 4 medium-sized potatoes that have already been peeled, washed, and patted dry. Each one 2 rounds that are 1 centimeter thick, which is a little over 1/4 inch. For this recipe, important to use potatoes that are a bit more waxy than starchy, as they hold their shape better in stews. I'm using Yukon Golds, but you can also use new potatoes, Golden Delight, or even red potatoes. After frying the slices of baguette and garlic for about 4 minutes, and the ingredients are lightly golden fried, we'll remove them from the stock pot and set them aside. Then we'll add in the sliced potatoes into the stock pot, and 2 bay leaves. And we'll mix the potatoes around, that way they're all coated in the olive oil. And at this stage, I like to mix this around continuously, that way the potatoes evenly saute and they don't stick to the bottom of the surface. After about 5 minutes and the potatoes are lightly sauteed, at this stage you don't have to fully cook them through. We'll season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a quick mix. And then we'll add in some broth, just enough to barely cover the potatoes. I'm using vegetable broth, but you can also use chicken broth here, or even water if you like. Just make sure you're seasoning accordingly if you're using water. And then we'll turn it up to a high heat and give it a gentle mix. While the broth is heating, let's move back to the slices of baguette and garlic that we fried earlier. I'm going to add in the garlic into a mortar, along with 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, which is 1 gram, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, which is 1.5 grams, a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams. Leave where you get the Spanish golden saffron I'm using in the description box below, and a pinch of sea salt. And using a pestle, we'll pound down on the ingredients until the garlic is well mashed. You can also use a food processor here, or even a hand blender. Once the garlic is well mashed, we'll add in the slices of fried baguette, and we'll continue to pound down on the ingredients until we end up with a paste-like texture. Once the broth comes to a boil in the stock pot, we'll add in the bread and garlic mixture, and we'll give it 1 final mix until it's well mixed together. And then we'll place the lid on the stock pot and lower the fire to a low-medium heat. And we're going to simmer this for about 15 minutes until the potatoes are just cooked through. After simmering the potatoes for about 15 minutes, this should be ready to go. You know, you can always pierce the potatoes with a toothpick just to ensure that they're done. If you see that yours need more time, you simmer this for a bit longer and add in more liquid as needed. At this point, I remove the stock pot from the heat and transfer some of the stew into a shallow bowl. And check it out, folks, our Andalusian potato stew is done. Easy to make, beautiful presentation, and all done in about 40 minutes using just one pot. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, Carnerete de Patatas, a recipe from the beautiful town of Torre del Campo. Here we go. If it wasn't so hot, I'd dive in there and go swimming in there. Absolutely delicious. As a potato lover, this is right up my alley. Potatoes absorb everything in the pan. You smell it in your mouth. And of course, that thickener with the bread and garlic, taking this to the next level. Easy to make, heart-healthy ingredients. Give it a try at home. Once again, as a starter, or even as a side dish next to some pan-grilled fish. Either way, it's the kind of food that with each bite, it's gonna fill you with so much goodness. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Grace Suarez, Alan M. Hirschman, and Emily Hamilton. You guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.